everyone watching. We are live here from Shaw Stadium, home of the Shaw Cardinals, for a game between the aforementioned Shaw Cardinals and the Collinwood Railroaders. My name is William, and this is my co-commentator Jacob. Say hi, Jacob.
Hello guys, how you guys doing today? This is a great day, a beautiful day for football. We got two high school teams looking to get their first win of the season.
That we do. It is a nice 75 degrees or so here in Shaw Stadium in East Cleveland. And a few things before we get the game started. First of all, a little history between these teams. The last time they played each other was 2022. In that game, Shaw was the victor. Now, the last time Collinwood won in this little series was 2007, about 18 years. They're going to be looking to try and fix that this time around. We'll see if they can. Shaw has won the last 5 meetings between these two teams, and both schools are separated by a little less than a mile.
Back in the day, these two teams were a big rivalry. They played often. They don't play much as now. Both teams are trying to get their first win of the season. Shaw only lost both of their two games they have played so far by by one possession, So Shaw's looking to lock in and get their first win. On the other hand, Collinwood got blown out last week. They're looking for their first win too this year.
And as someone who watched that blowout against East Tech for Collinwood, it did not look very pretty. A 44-0 win for East Tech last week. Collinwood looking to bounce back. They will have a slightly smaller roster than of Shaw, but we will see if they can overcome that. Now, one notable scratch for this game will be quarterback Carday Clemens, who will not be suiting up today for Collinwood. In his stead will be Giovanni Swader, who usually plays wide receiver and or defensive back. We'll see how that works out for them. Well, as I mentioned, it is a very nice day, very few clouds in the sky. It is projected to get a little colder today as the day goes on, but that is to be expected as we are here around 7 p.m., so the night will be falling soon. Well, not much else more to say between these two teams, I don't think. preparing for kickoff here at Shaw Stadium. Collinwood will be kicking off, and Shaw will be receiving. Looks like we're ready for kickoff. It'll be a low kick. It's fielded around the 30. He's going to try and take the edge. He's got it. He's got a little room. He's up past the 50, now the 40, now the 30. He is gone completely.
Touchdown, Shaw.
Well, I doubt that's the opener that Collinwood wanted.
Number 6,
That is not the
Dwayne
opener
Lumpkin.
you want for Collinwood. If you're Collinwood, just a busted, broken down coverage, kicked it in the middle of the field. All the Collinwood players took very poor angles on that pursuit right there, and that's what happens when you take poor angles on tackling.
It looked like a poor fielding attempt at the 20-yard line, but
It gave Collinwood more than enough time. He had trouble with the return at first. Collinwood just couldn't get to him. Poor angles right there.
just never something you want to see there. And now Shaw will prepare for the extra point with a very interesting formation. I don't think I've ever seen something quite like this before. Catches the pass, throws it left. Running back going to try and take the angle, and he has got it. The 2-point conversion good for Shaw.
Conversion good.
It looks like Shaw wants to bring out all the tricks out the bag today so far. Kickoff return going for 2 immediately.
Marion
Very
Park.
bold for Shaw.
Certainly does look that way. And we will prepare for Shaw's first kickoff of the day after that incredibly short drive, just 14 seconds in length, technically 0 plays if you don't count kickoffs.
We'll see what Collinwood can set up on this upcoming drive right here.
We most certainly will. And so this will mark Shaw's first kickoff of the day. It's still 11:46 left in the first quarter. Speed has been on their side.
Yeah, we'll see what Coach Greg Willer, the head coach for the Collinwood Railroaders, has has planned for this upcoming drive and what they have planned for this upcoming game.
We most certainly will see what he has planned. Shaw taking their time to get set here. Clearly, they have kept their patience despite the quick
You
score.
think this might be an onside kick? They're really huddled up together right here. And
Oh,
yes,
it
it will
is.
be.
It
And
is
Collinwood will
fielded by
recover it.
Collinwood, and that was very bold on behalf of Shaw there. We'll see.
Usually when kicking teams are that bunched together, it's usually going to be an onside kick. They're trying to get the advantage and maybe hit a player or two off Collinwood to try to get it. Didn't work out there. Good fielding by the Railroaders.
I mean, just 3 total plays into this game, and Shaw is already pulling out all the stops.
Shaw is trying to end this game quickly, how East Tech did last week. I think that's what their strategy is coming into this game.
We'll see what this Collinwood offense and Giovanni Swader have to do. Only about 17 seconds into the first here. We'll see how they can handle this drive. Swader. He's got 3 on his right and 1 on his left for the running back. Snap taken. He's looking. He's got pressure on his back. He throws. It is intercepted at the 46-yard line.
Number 5, Leland
And
Short.
Shaw takes back possession just as fast as they lost it.
That right there is also another play you do not want to see for the Railroaders. The Shaw defensive line absolutely smashed through the offensive line for the Railroaders. Was in the quarterback's face immediately, and he just threw a pass just to throw it, and unfortunately it was picked off.
And Shaw off to a dominant start. Still only 23 seconds of game clock spent.
A lot of action for Shaw so far. The Railroaders need to lock in and tighten up to get this game, or it's gonna get out of hand really quick.
I have to say I agree. And so quarterback Eric Bolden takes the field for the first time today. He'll have two receivers on his right, one on his left, and a running back either side. Takes the snap. He's going to run it himself. He's got some room up to the 40, and he will go down around the 37. A pretty solid run and a first down.
Just a simple uh, QB power from the
Third and
quarterback
4 on
of
the
the
carry.
Shaw Cardinals.
First down,
Just
Shaw.
getting easy yards right there. It don't look like the Shaw offensive line is having no problem pushing back the Collinwood defensive line. So I would imagine Shaw to keep doing the same thing.
Bolden and Shaw come out in the same formation. It'll be two receivers on his right, one on his left, and two running backs. He takes the snap. He's looking to run right this time. He's still got plenty of room. He's up past the 25 and goes down around the 17, I want to say.
There it is right there. That's the
Eric
same
Bolden
exact
on the
play. All they
carry.
did is just
Fourth
switch it to
down,
the other
Shaw.
side. They ran the
First
same exact
down.
play, but to the other side of the field. And Shaw honestly don't have to run another different play, but we got a Collinwood player down right there.
Oh dear. It
In
appears number
time.
4, that is Carvel Sawyer, holding his leg. We will pan away from that for now. It has been an unfortunate run of events for Collinwood from start to now. And if it keeps on this trend, it will be start to finish domination for Shaw.
Got a taste.
And we return at Shaw Stadium. Sawyer was able to help himself off the field, but it does not look like he will be returning. Shaw on the 17-yard line, it looks like. Same formation, two receivers on the left, one on the right, and two running backs. Snap taken. Looking, he's going to run to the left. He's got some room, he's got blockers, he's got a chance at it, and he's got a touchdown.
Touchdown,
That'll mark
Shaw.
Shaw's second of the game.
Eric Bolden on the carry.
Shaw does not look like they want to open up the playbook. They see that they're a superior team so far in this game, and they're just going to keep running that QB power to both sides of the field, working the edges for the Railroaders. The Railroaders need to get some players on the edges because that's what they're running to. They're trying to get to the edges, get to the outside, and Shaw is basically saying, "We got more speed than you. We're going to keep running to the edges, and our offensive line is better." Another touchdown for Shaw. 14-0. They look like they're going to run the same two-point conversion too.
The same exotic formation for Shaw. We'll see how it works out. Oh, they're switching it up. They're actually going to run something a little conventional. It looks like a kick attempt. A little bit of trickery from Shaw. Gotta love it.
Oh, and they're going
Oh, it's a
for it.
fake. He's going to try and run to the right. He's got room, and he's got the score.
This is
Double
brutal.
trickery for Shaw to get the two-point conversion.
This is brutal if you're the Railroaders. It's kind of like they're shoving it in your face. You know, going for two this early. faking it like you're about to kick a field goal and still going for two.
And Shaw has just had their way with Collinwood today.
Yes, they have so far, and you can tell both these teams used to be rivals. As you can tell, Shaw going for the jugular already, going for two two-point conversions back to back. Not necessarily that they need them or not, but they still go for it.
And so now we have only 10:52 to go in the first quarter. Time is going slow, but it still is going.
It sure indeed is. Let's see what Collinwood can move the ball in this drive. We don't know what Collinwood offense has because in the first play of the game they threw a pick. Let's see. I like to see the Railroaders, start the drive off with a run or something like that.
Might work out a little better for them. Shaw lined up for the kick attempt. Sorry, kickoff, I should say. Looks like they're going for something a little more conventional this time. Referees are blowing the whistle. We'll see what this is all about. Looks like they're telling a few Collinwood players to step back from the 50.
No, he had a buckle his chin strap. His chin strap was not buckled.
Ah. Kick is up. It's a short one. It'll be fielded by Collinwood, and that will give them possession. Their
Another
first,
onside kick for Shaw. They're not trying to let the Railroaders touch the ball at all this game.
to be honest, I'm not sure if they need the help.
I don't think so either.
Collinwood, they get their second possession of the day. Their first one ended in an interception on the first play. Far from ideal, I think it's safe to say. However, they do have a chance to improve things right here and right now. Sawyer in the offense out once again. Looks like he'll have two receivers on his left and three to his right. Snap
Oh,
taken. He's got pressure in his face again. He rolls right. Still looking, and he will get taken down behind the 40-yard line. That is a sack for a loss of about 7.
if I'm Coach Wheeler for the Railroaders right now, I am not looking to pass the ball. Looked like they was in another pass formation. Looked like they was trying to pass, but Shaw defensive line just blew past the Railroaders offensive line once again for an easy sack and an easy loss of at least 10 yards right there. If I'm Coach Wheeler, I need to put the ball on the ground and run some of this time.
But to be honest with you, I'm not sure if running will work either, considering how well they've blown through that line.
It's better than putting yourself in a hole trying to pass the ball when you can't pass, and now you're in a second and long.
Perhaps so. Sawyer will have 3 on his right, 2 on his left once again. It looks like another passing formation. Got to respect them sticking to their guns. Snap taken. He's got pressure in his face again. He will get sacked again, this time behind the 25.
He
And
is
it'll be another
absolutely
major
flustered
sack
right
to bring
now.
up third and very long.
He's flustered right now. I don't think Coach Willard would want to keep throwing the ball. Or they're not going to have a quarterback by halftime, I'll say. So every single time he drops back, he is getting sacked.
Just never something you want to see if you're a coach.
And a little confusing to see this from Collinwood, actually, because Collinwood usually throughout the years is like a read option team trying to use their quarterbacks out in space to run the ball. Running backs touch the ball. All passes so far, not even one run attempt for the Railroaders.
Maybe they fear the defensive line. I can't say their fears would be unfounded. To either side for Sawyer and a running back. Takes the snap, looking, throws to his right, and it's almost intercepted by Shaw once again, but it will drop to the ground to bring up fourth down.
Shaw was not fooled right there by that screen pass. It didn't look like the screen pass was developing very well for the Railroaders right there. They,
And most things have not been developing very well for the Railroaders at all today.
the receiver that was trying to get the ball was just too close to the line, and the quarterback, it wasn't even, could have pitched it to him, to be honest.
And now, Collinwood is stuck on a massive 4th and 26. Looks like they may be attempting to punt here.
I would assume this punt might be blocked. The punter for Collinwood is, it's not that far from the line.
Snap taken. Punter kicks it. It is a very short kick. Will fall around the 30-yard line.
That ball was tipped too.
Barely makes it back to the line of scrimmage, and Shaw will take over possession around the 30. A bit of a longer second drive for Collinwood there, but still far from ideal.
Let's see how aggressive Shaw will be. I would imagine they just keep running the ball right there. Probably get some of their players that don't play that much into the game, get them some experience on a varsity football Friday night.
Now, a little anecdotal experience now, back from the East Tech game last week. East Tech started off the game running, they started winning, and they started trying a little bit of passing action to see if they had it in them. They got a few more touchdowns off Collinwood off of that. We'll see if Shaw takes a similar route. Bolden in the offense out once again. It'll be one receiver on his left, two on his right, and two running backs again. Takes the snap. He's going to pitch it back left. His runner's got plenty of room. He's got a first down. He won't go out of bounds at the 30, and he'll get an extra couple. Now inside the 5. He's still going, and he's got a touchdown. How did he do that?
I'll tell you exactly how he did that. He did that with poor tackling and poor angles once again for the Railroaders. The Shaw Cardinals has not thrown the ball one time this game. And if you rewatch that last play, the safeties for the Railroaders are just sitting back. They're sitting 40 yards back. I don't understand why they're sitting so far back. And they haven't even attempted to pass the whole game. If I'm the coach of the Railroaders, I'm telling my defense to move up a little bit. Get some better angles on them. But Collinwood is just playing so far back, and that's not the route to go right now. And another touchdown for Shaw, 22-0 in the first quarter with 8 minutes still remaining in this game.
And so Shaw gets their third touchdown like their first touchdown. Just one play needed, and they have the exotic formation once again. Snap take, and he's going to try and run it his right, and that will be a flag. I believe that'll be a legal formation. It will be a legal shift. False start. Well, that'll set back Shaw a little bit for the extra point, but I don't really think they'll mind that much.
Nah, they probably won't mind that, the fact that they're going for two most likely. If I'm the kicker for Shaw, I'm like, hey, coach, let me get some reps in. We're going to be scoring a lot. Let me get some reps.
I mean, I don't see why not. Shaw once again takes the snap. He's going to throw to his left. His man's got plenty of blockers. He's got some room. He's got a score, and there's two flags down on the play.
And that will be holding against Shaw right there.
It'll be a holding call against Shaw, so you can bring that 2-point conversion back as well.
I think that was on 96. 68.
Shaw is starting to lose their discipline a little bit, but they've still got a solid hold on the game, so it's affordable at the moment. This will set their extra point back even further. We'll see where the referee winds up spotting it.
Looks like all the referees are conversing about something going on the field.
Well, while we give them their time, we can get a look at how Shaw has been today. 3 straight rushing touchdowns on 3 drives, less than 10 offensive plays between them.
Between both teams, yeah. This is have been a very underwhelming performance for Greg Willer and the Collinwood Railroaders right now. Giving little to none resistance right there. And the 2-point conversion is actually good. They say they wave off the flag or Collinwood declined it. I don't know what happened, but Collinwood is receiving the ensuing kickoff right here. Let's see if they can give some type of resistance to Shaw on this drive.
Well, that was an interesting turn of events, but now Shaw will be kicking off for the third time today, barely 4 minutes into the game.
Yeah, I would, like I said earlier in the broadcast, I would like to see the Railroaders try to at least start some type of run game, because anyone that knows football, you have to establish a run game before you can pass the ball. You can't just be gunslinging and throwing the ball without a run game. And the Railroaders has not even attempted to start any type of run game. They've been pass, 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 and I like to see the Railroaders start to run the ball more to give them a threat before they can pass the ball. We'll see what Greg Willer and
Conversely, Shaw
Ramo
has done
Sobel
nothing
got.
but run today, and it has done wonders for them.
I'm enjoying Shaw's mascot down the field right there, interacting with all the players and stuff. That's a nice mascot.
Well, he certainly seems to be having fun.
I wonder if he's doing that many push-ups. He's gonna be swole by the end of tonight.
Oh, it looks like they've opted to put the holding call on the extra point added onto the kickoff instead.
Great observation right there. Didn't even notice.
An interesting decision there from, I believe, Collinwood, but we'll see how it works out for them.
Shaw would I assume kick another onside kick.
Kick is up. This one's actually a pretty decent one. It'll be fielded around the 35. He's got some room to run, and he'll go down at about the 48.
Number 2, Jaden Underwood on the return.
It may be incremental
First and
improvement,
10,
but a much better
Collinwood.
return for Collinwood there.
Yes, right. That was the best play for the Railroaders right there. Let's see if they can keep up some type of momentum in this game.
Well, when you've had one positive yardage play all day, it's not hard to call which one is good. Even still, Giovanni Swader will come back out again. He's not been having a nice day today, been attacked by the defensive line several times, sacked twice, thrown an interception.
All in the
Safe to
matter
say
of
things could be going better.
5 minutes.
Looks like Swader will have two receivers either side and a running back to work with. Swader takes the snap. He's going to try and hand it off, and it will go absolutely nowhere. Brought down around the 42. Well, they tried running.
They did, but guess what? Shaw sent everybody. Shaw sent everybody because they know we got better athletes than you guys. Even if it was a pass, we was getting back there no matter what. Little to none resistant there again. You know, if you're Collinwood, I don't, I don't, I don't know what to do if you're a coach. Honestly, it's
Second down,
it's honestly just a mismatch of a game right now.
It certainly does look that way. They mark the ball down at the 44, which means it will be 2nd and 14.
Shaw does not seem interested in some of the receivers for Collinwood. I like to see a little, screen right here.
Shaw loads the box. Swader to either side. Takes the snap. Looking to throw. He's going to roll to his left. He's got nobody, and he's taken down around the 30-yard line.
Sack on the play
A
by number
brutal hit
23,
right there,
rookie
and
Parker.
I honestly think a missed call right there by the ref. He probably hands to the face right there too, but nonetheless, that's another sack for Shaw.
And that'll be the third time that Swader's gotten hit today, and it looks like we will get a timeout called from Collinwood. Lord knows they need it. So, getting a look at this game as a whole, well, it's hard to say that things have gone well for Collinwood.
No, they have not. Collinwood only positive play was on a kickoff return, and that's because they have gotten scored on. Three out of three possessions they have been on defense.
Now, of course, we still have 6 minutes and 50 seconds to go here in this first quarter. Now, for those who don't know, we are actually going on 12-minute quarters, so that's even worse than it sounds.
Yeah, this game is complete domination through the first 6 minutes of this game. Hasn't even been a full 6 minutes of game time. And sooner or later, we probably will see running clocks coming from this game because this game has the potential of a really bad score.
Yes, it does. Still waiting on this timeout to conclude. Taking a look at penalties today, we've only had, I believe, two, both of which were on the third extra point attempt from Shaw. One of those penalties was applied to the extra point attempt. The second one was applied to the following kickoff. Now, of course, Shaw up 24-0, not exactly the best of circumstances for Collinwood, especially with the early injury to Carvel Sawyer, who is still on the sideline, unfortunately. So we will see if they can get really much of anything going.
Yeah, I don't know. If I'm the Railroaders, I'm looking to run the ball and to just run the clock. One time, and I think it was 2023, the Railroaders played Glenville. The coach for the Railroaders, Greg Willer, knew before the game had started that it was going to be a beatdown, and they decided to run the clock. And the score wasn't that bad. If I'm the Railroaders right here, I'm looking for to run the clock for this game doesn't be worse than what it already is.
Well, I can understand the strategy. To either side for Swader, he's got a running back. Shaw has loaded the box with 7 players. Snap taken, looking to pass again. He actually gets the ball off, but it won't get to the receiver. Falls just short of him at the 40-yard line, and that'll bring up 4th down.
It looks like out there Shaw is noticing when Collinwood's drop backs for a pass, they buff the blitz and they get back into coverage. But when they notice it's a run, it looks like everyone goes downhill and just blitzes right there. They show blitz, but I see them dropping back into coverage right there.
Now, it may be a bit tangential, but the passes for Collinwood have improved. Their first one was an interception, their second one almost an interception, and that one just an incompletion. It is technically better.
Fourth down again for the Railroaders. They're gonna attempt a punt. I don't. This doesn't look that well.
This will be their second of the game if they get it off. That goes almost straight up. It will land at the 40-yard line. It'll take a nice bounce to it, and it will be picked up at the 44.
Now that one, on the other hand,
Punt
was
down at the
not blocked, but
45.
a very
First down,
underwhelming
Shaw.
punt right there. It seemed like the last punt that was blocked went farther, so maybe the strategy is to let them block the punt, and hopefully it bounces the right way.
It's a very bold strategy. We'll see if that works out for them, or if they even try it.
And by no shape or form are we just trying to down Collinwood. It might sound like that, but it's just the way that the game is going right now.
Sometimes you just have to call it like it is. And to be quite frank, what it is right now is a good bit ugly. It appears we have a slight obstruction. We'll hope that that fixes itself. Shaw out once again. He's got 2 on his left, 1 on his right. Snap taken. He's going to fake the handoff. He's dropped the football. He's still got it. He's going to pitch it back. His running back's up past the 40. He's got some moves, and he'll get taken down around the 37. He's still on his feet, and finally gets taken down at the 35.
The Railroaders seem are showing little to no interest into tackling the Shaw Cardinals right here. A lot of arm tackling, excuse me, and a lot of hand grabbing. Those are grabbing them
The
by the
long
jerseys.
flat on the
They're not
carry.
sitting down hitting these players.
Gate 8.
Collinwood needs to go out there and hit somebody. They're arm tackling and just grabbing people, and that right there is a recipe for disaster. And that's why you see a lot of broken tackles. At the end of that play, we thought he was stopped. He should have been stopped, but no. His jersey was just being pulled, so he's able to break away from that jersey tug. And Collinwood just needs to tackle.
And so it'll be Eric Bolden out once again. He's got 2 on his right, 1 on his left this time. They seem to have this strategy. If they're on the left side of the field, put 2 on the right. On the right side of the field, put 2 on the left.
Very
I like it.
basic. Doesn't have to do too much versus team.
Snap taken. He's going to pitch it back. His running back has got entire miles of room. He's up past the 20, now the 10, and he is gone. Another
Touchdown,
touchdown
Shaw.
for Shaw.
That play looks like it's being called back. He's going to be holding
Flag
on
on the play.
Shaw. This play is coming back. But besides the penalties, another of a bundle of terrible angles for the Railroaders. There was at least 3 to 4 players that play that had a chance at the running back, but just whiffed just off poor angles right there.
And that will be an unfortunate loss there for Shaw. They got the score, but it won't stand. Looks like the referees may be deliberating here for just a moment. And it looks like they will uphold the foul. This should make it 2nd and 12 for Shaw here. Again, a bit unfortunate, but the play did work out.
Play definitely did work out for the Cardinals. And the frustrating thing about that for I bet the coach for the Shaw Cardinals is that he didn't need the hold. There wasn't a score regardless. The holding call was pointless. He didn't need the hold.
Well, sometimes things just don't go your way. Bolden, he's got 2 on his right again. He's going to take it himself this time. He's got some blockers. He's got plenty of room. He's up past the 30, now the 20, now the 15, now mark it at the 10, and he is gone. Touchdown again. I don't see any flags, and that will make it
And that play
30
right
to
there
0.
just proved my point of why the last previous play they did not need to hold because he probably was going to score anyways. The holding call was pointless. And there you go. Shaw's back on the board. 30 to 0 in this first quarter. Pure domination for the Shaw Cardinals. Collinwood has been hit in the mouth and they are struggling in their days right now. They do not know what to do.
This has been, I would dare say, an unmitigated disaster for Collinwood. It has just been score after score after score, and we've still got 4:46 in the first.
Yeah, when type of games like these, you got to tell your players keep your head up and just keep fighting, and tell them, at least let them know you play for some respect. Play this game for respect because right now it's probably highly unlikely that you can win this ball game.
A little more trickery from Shaw here. The last time they moved into this formation, it was a fake. We'll see if they do it again. No, it's an actual kick, and it will shank hard to the left. That will be no good.
Well, we see why they was going for twos. They wasn't going for two to be disrespectful. They was going for two, as we saw why right there. So very understandable now after seeing the kick right there. Why Shaw goes for two. There was no disrespect towards Collinwood.
And so much like the East Tech game, we're about halfway, a little over halfway, I should say, through the first quarter, and it is already a devastating 30 to 0. Now, if Collinwood is lucky, this does make like the East Tech game, and Shaw only gets 2 more scores in. But we shall see how lucky they are.
They can't run the clock till halftime.
And so Shaw is preparing for the kickoff.
And there's some more unfortunate news for Collinwood. They in high school football they do not run the clock until halftime. So this beatdown might keep on pursuing until halftime.
That it may. Kick is up. It's another pretty long one. It'll be fielded around the 22. He's got a little bit of room. He's got plenty of room, actually. He's up past the 43 to the 44. Another solid return from Shaw. Sorry, Collinwood.
What a play from Collinwood right there. You see the catch off the kickoff showing his athleticism. Collinwood with his with his best play. It looks like a player might be injured,
Number
actually.
7,
No, he is
Ryan
fine.
White on the
But that was a
return.
great catch right there. Running up the field, he looked like he had some room right there. If he would chose to stick
First
to the
down,
outside right there,
Collinwood.
he might have had a kick return for the touchdown right there.
He very well might have. That was honestly pretty impressive. A solid 22, 23-yard return will set up first down on the 45. We'll see if they can make something of it. Now, Giovanni Swader has not had a very good day thus far, but with a nice kickoff to set him up, he might have a little momentum on his side.
Can't put all the blame on Slater probably because the offensive line has been terrible throughout this game. No disrespect, and the coaching play calls is not helping out by not running the ball.
True. Swader takes the snap. It's another high pressure situation. He tries to run it himself, and he will get back to about the line of scrimmage. Set it up as 2nd and 10.
In a game like
Number
this for
1, Giovanni
Collinwood, I would
Slater
like
to
to see
carry
that more. Run the
on the
clock.
game on the
You
play.
don't want to shoot the confidence out your team out of a game like this. Play for pride and just keep chopping that wood, keep chopping that wood, just keep going and keep going and keep fighting.
I must admit, it's looking pretty grim, but it is times like these that decide who has the heart to stay. Swader and Collinwood break the huddle now. Swader will have two either side and a running back, it looks like. Shaw again stacking that box. It's a handoff this time, and he will get absolutely devoured in the backfield. That'll be a loss of about 3.
Collinwood offensive line is not pushing nobody. If I'm the coach for the
Number
for the
20,
Railroaders,
Tyler
I'll
Bearden
tell
to
my
carry.
offensive line I'd rather you hold
He lost
somebody
3.
than to do that because they're literally doing quite literally nothing out there. Shaw is just getting immediately back there with no resistance, not little to none, no resistance whatsoever. They get out from their 3-point stance and no one's there. It's like the offensive line disappears.
I mean, this is just not a tenable situation. 3rd and 13 now. But the good news, the clock is still running. Under the 3-minute mark now. Swader, 3 on his right, 2 on his left. Snap taken. He throws directly to his left, and it is behind his receiver.
Incomplete pass on the play. 4th down.
Now that is just unfortunate.
And that's how you know when your quarterback is rattled right there. In his head, predetermined. He knew where the ball was going. He just caught it and threw it immediately because he thought his player had been right there. And that's because of the pressure. All that pressure Shaw been getting on him all game has now led up to him getting tiptoey feet and just throwing the ball immediately. He is flustered. There's nothing Collinwood can do right now.
4th and 13 on the 42. Collinwood didn't make great use of that return. We'll see how the punt goes. Oh dear, oh no. And the punter is taken down behind the 30-yard line for Collinwood, which will result in a turnover on downs and Shaw getting it inside the 30.
I think me and you and all the viewers watching this game can agree that this has been the longest first quarter in high school football history. And I think that's because so many stoppages are going on with a lot of turnovers and a bunch of touchdowns for Shaw.
That plus a couple of penalties to slow things down even more.
I would I would like to see the Railroaders show some type of something on the defensive end. Yes, offensively, you clearly can compete. Your offensive line can't block. You're not probably going to score. But I at least want to see the Railroaders get a few stops this game, show some resiliency, and let's see if the Railroaders what they can do on this defensive possession.
Bolden in the same set. He's got 2 on his right, 1 on his left. A little inversion here. Snap taken. He fakes it. Oh, it's a handoff to the man on the right. He's got past the 20, now past the 10, and it's another touchdown for Shaw.
Number 4 to 1,
Collinwood does not
black.
seem interested in tackling nobody. I just watched a player for the Railroaders stand there and quite literally do nothing. There's a touch. I mean, this play is not going to come back. It's a penalty on Shaw for for celebrating probably. But Collinwood defense does not look like they want to be out there and play no football today. Didn't even attempt to tackle him right there.
Flag on the play.
Still waiting on the referee call for this penalty flag down. Looks like a taunting call on Shaw. That will be added on after the play for the extra point. Not exactly the best outcome, but far from the worst.
And that would
Oh,
not be a touchdown, actually. It will be a first and goal, I'm being told.
hmm. Well,
Score still remains the same 30-0.
I take it back. That is very unfortunate for Shaw. Looks like they'll make a bit of a personnel change. Where? Oh dear, are they moving the ball even further back? They've put it on the 20 now. Oh no.
I don't think Shaw has a problem with that much so whatsoever because you're, every run has been 10 yards plus. I don't think Shaw has ran the ball for under 5 yards this game.
True, but even still, that can't help but sting. Snap taken from Bolden. He's going to hand it off to the right, but his running back bumps it back to the left. He's got some blocking. He is just shaking off tacklers. Is he into the end zone? They rule him down
They
at the
ruled him down
1
at the
yard
one,
line.
Flag
but
on the
that was a
carry.
touchdown right there. He fell on top of the Collinwood player into the end zone. The referees are showing some type of remorse out here because that looked like a touchdown to me. And like I said earlier, Collinwood is arm tackling, and grabbing. As you've seen,
Bolden takes the snap, and the play is whistled dead immediately. A flag down. It'll be a false start on Shaw, and that is their 5th penalty of the night.
False start on the offense.
Well, a few disciplinary issues, it seems.
seems like the referees are trying to play nice guy here, and not too bad.
Bolden, snap taken, he hands it off again, and that's an easy score. Another touchdown for Shaw,
Dejan Black.
and that will be Dejan Black on the touchdown there. Mark it down 36-0. I mean, I can't imagine it gets much worse for Collinwood.
No, it could get much worse actually. I mean, you don't ever want to get blown out 50-0 and stuff like that. It's crusher for the kids playing on whatever team's getting blown out that much. It's unmotivational. It makes you, I don't know. I'm not gonna say want to quit football because you never know what these kids are going through in their head, whether they like football that much or not. And stuff like this doesn't really keep players around for that long. Already, Wakanda was struggling with getting players on the field.
Now this second kick, it looked pretty nice, but it will sail to the right.
Kick is no good.
Another no good kick, but it looked a little better that time.
It looked a little better that time, and you can just use this as practice because this game, the PATs aren't really going to matter at the end of the day in this game. You're up by a bunch, up 36-0 in the first quarter only in this game. That's just practice for the next weeks coming up. So if I'm sure I would keep every time I score, I would keep doing the PAT.
36-0. We still have a minute 43 to burn in this first quarter.
Brutal if you're a Railroaders fan tuning into this game.
I mean, this just hurts to watch.
It, it it actually is. I'm starting to feel a little bad for them out there. Well,
Shaw ready
I
for the
actually take
kickoff.
that back. I don't know if I necessarily say feel bad because Collinwood is not really showing that much effort to me. Like I would understand if you were out there giving full maximum effort. These dudes are not trying. They're defeated and they're just not trying. And if I'm the Railroaders, I just want to see some more effort out of those guys. Show them some more intensity or something. You know, yes you're losing. Yes you're not going to win this game, but at least have some dog in you.
Kick is up. It's a long one again. Fielded around the 20. He's got a little bit of room, but he'll go down around the 35. Still have decent returns going for Collinwood here.
Yeah, I think Collinwood wishes every play was a kickoff return at this point.
Well, maybe not, because the only kickoff return that Shaw has fielded today went for a touchdown.
No, I'm talking about the other way around. Them fielding the ball.
Fair enough. Swader and Collinwood out once again. Two receivers either side and a running back. It's a familiar formation for them tonight. See if they can make something of it. Swader takes the snap. He's going to try and run to his right. He'll get around one guy, but not much further. Taken down for a loss.
Slater looks like he needs helped up. I mean,
And the
I
line will
understand
run
for
straight
Slater
on the
right there.
play.
He has been getting hit after hit after hit. He is taking
Loss of
damage this
4.
whole game. He's getting hit more than his running backs is. And that's just not good if you want to keep your quarterback healthy throughout the season right there. Especially throughout this game. He has taken a game full of hits in one single quarter. And that's not what you like to see. If you're a coach, a fan, anything.
Mark it as 2nd and 13. Swader, it's the same formation to either side and a running back. Shaw loads the box. Snap taken. Swader throws to his right. It's caught. His receiver's got a little bit of room, but he won't get back to the 30. That'll be another loss. Though we did get the pass off that time.
Pass did get off right there. The only type of
Number
pass
3.
Collinwood probably can throw is a
Swing
screen pass.
catch.
Got completed right there, but Shaw was sitting on that
Loss of 2.
and read it pretty easily right there. It looks like Collinwood is going to run out the clock for the end of this very historical long first quarter.
That'll make it 36-0 in this first quarter.
That's the end of the first
Not very
quarter.
fun.
With the score,
Not
Collinwood
very
0,
fun.
Shaw 36.
A game full of plays all in the first quarter. This first quarter is all Shaw.
Now, Collinwood will be opening the second quarter on 3rd and 15 from their own 30. Far from idyllic, but, you know, most things this game have been.
I wasn't at the East Tech game last week. You were, so I have a question for you. Was this game worse than last week's game for Collinwood?
From the first quarter alone, significantly. Because by this point in the game, Collinwood had managed at least 4 positive offensive plays, and it even made it past the 50 at one point.
Hmm.
That has not happened in this game, plus another 6 points from Shaw that East Tech didn't score in the first. It has not been a good night here at Shaw Stadium for Collinwood.
Collinwood just needs to regroup. I don't know if there's any regrouping from this type of onslaught getting put on you just in one quarter alone. But what I'm talking about is that effort, that intensity. Show that you want to play football. Because I see a bunch of Collinwood Railroaders that don't want to play football, especially on the defensive end. I keep pointing this out. Yes, offensively, you guys cannot compete. Your offensive line cannot compete with the defensive line. You guys are not going to score little to any points probably this game, but that's okay. Go out there and play some intensity defense and go out there and hit. Run at better angle, pursuit angles, and show them you want to play football. Because right now it doesn't look like Collinwood wants to play football, and they're whiffing tackles and watching players for the Shaw offense run right past them.
A damning critique. We will see if Collinwood has what it takes. 3rd and 15 from their own 30. Swader, he's got 2 on his right so far, still got 1 in the backfield. Looks like it'll be 3 on his right and 1 on his left.
5 minute quarter.
Just received word that the second half will be cut down to 5-minute quarters. I don't blame them in the slightest.
No, I do not. So this quarter right here will be a running clock, but in the third and fourth quarter it will be 5 minute quarters, right there. And I don't blame them. You don't want to kill the kid's confidence too much out there, because this game could easily go past 100 points.
Well, if they had full-time quarters, but regardless. Really taking their time here. Swader's got 3 on his right, 1 on his left, and a running back.
If I'm the Railroaders, I'm just running Wildcat with a bunch of different players, because if you keep leaving your quarterback out there, he has a high risk of getting hurt after all the hits that he has already took, even with a shortened clock, even with the clock running. Yeah.
Looks like the referees are having a bit of a discussion. They were just on the Shaw sideline. They moved over to Collinwood. We'll see what's going on here in just a minute. Still discussing over there on the sideline. We'll see what they're talking about in just a minute. Now, of course, in a technical sense, this has been less of a beatdown to this point than East Tech versus Collinwood, but only by 8 points. And East Tech did that over 4 quarters. Shaw, they've only needed 1.
The
That
referees are
is,
still conversing at the 30-yard line at the line of scrimmage. I don't know what's going on. We should get a word really soon about what's going on the field. I think they're conversing about the time management. That's what's going on.
well, it looks like the referees are ready to play, so we are back on. Swader, he's got 3 on his right and 1 on his left. We'll see how this pans out. I think it might be another screen. Snap taken. He's going to try and hand it off to his man, and he gets absolutely demolished.
That end for the
Number 10,
Shaw
debut
Cardinals
Xavier
was
Williams.
waiting right there. As soon as he got that jet sweep, he
Tackle
came
number
off the
7,
edge and
Demetrius Jones.
blasted him. Absolutely a missile coming through right there and hitting him right there.
Mark it as a loss of 5, 4th and 20.
Fourth down.
Collinwood's going to try to attempt another punt here. I see it looks like they might be calling an offensive play, actually. No, they'll actually be going in punt formation. My apologies.
Well, based on how things have gone, why not take an offensive play at this point? I can't imagine it could go any worse.
And the clock has officially started running.
Kick is up. Goes almost straight up. It'll bounce back behind the 20. There's a flag down. They field the punt. They take it to the end zone, but now we have to wait and see what the
Flag on the
flag
play.
was.
Where's the
Flag is down around the 7-yard line.
running into the kicker is called?
Well,
That will be an automatic first down, I believe, actually, if I'm not mistaken.
well, that would be a bit of a lucky break for Collinwood, wouldn't it?
Yes, that would be given enough time to shave off some time in this game.
Yes, they will. They'll mark it as 1st and 10. And where will they put them?
No matter what, I think it's still an automatic first down running to the kicker.
still waiting to see.
First down, Collinwood.
Yes, they have given the first down to Collinwood. They've put them all the way back on the 40 where they started this drive. A nice break there for Collinwood. Let's see if they make something of it. Swader, he's got 3 on his right again. It looks like Carvel Sawyer is back out on the field. He's the furthest receiver.
He has been limping on the field too. I've been noticing that.
Snap taken. So Swader's going to try and run it. He will get absolutely nowhere. It'll be another loss for Collinwood.
For a split second there, I thought I saw a crease for Slater right there, but unfortunately, it was nothing to prevail out there.
He did have the pitch option behind him, but I don't know if that would have gone much better.
I do not think so. The pitch option, he didn't. The player on the pitch option, the running back to the left of him, didn't really seem like he wanted to pitch. He went out for a block, if you want to call it a block.
Well, mark it as 2nd and 12. Clock is still running, so we'll cross about 9 minutes momentarily. It'll be 2 either side and a running back for Swader. We'll see what he's got here. Snap taken. He throws to his left. It is caught. He dodges the first man, and he will get back to the line of scrimmage before getting absolutely demolished by that hit.
Right there, I don't.
Number 1, Jamarion Parks.
Collinwood looked like they had an opportunity to get some positive yards, but Shaw, cornerback, came in saying, no, 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 no. You guys would not be having any fun today. Came and smashed the receiver for the Collinwood Railroaders. And if that ball, if he was still in bounds, excuse me, that would have been a fumble right there. Good hit right there. Good technical hit. Didn't go too high on the hit. That's how you teach your players to hit.
Corner came in looking like prime Ray Lewis, absolutely laid into that hit, and that'll make it still 3rd and 12 for Collinwood.
Kind of reminded me of when Sean Taylor hit the punter in the All-Star game towards the sideline. Absolute missile coming through right there.
3 on Swader's right, 1 to his left, and a running back.
Looked like he's checking the mic right there.
Snap taken, looking to pass. He throws over the middle. It is broken up.
Looked like pass interference on the call right there. Better blocking for the Railroaders right there. Gave the quarterback at least a manageable time to set his feet and throw a pass. I don't know if the Shaw coaches are telling their players to back off a little bit or if they're blocking, but I'm going to go ahead and assume Collinwood is doing better with the offensive line blocking. Good job for the offensive line, letting his quarterback get enough time to throw the ball right there. Had the receiver just dropped it. Looked like pass interference, no call right there. Collinwood 4th and long again, looking to punt.
And as backwards as it is to say, this has been Collinwood's best drive of the night, ending on 4th and 12. 8 total plays.
Yes, it has. Taking off 6 minutes.
And if you add in last quarter, it's more like 8. Punt is up. It won't go much of anywhere. Oh, he touched it.
He fumbled, and Collinwood might be able to get the ball back.
I believe Shaw managed to get that. We'll see what the referee has to say.
No signals yet by the referees.
And it looks like they will call it Shaw's ball. That was a little dangerous there.
That was very dangerous right there. If you're a Shaw coach, you're telling your players, no, 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 what are you doing right there? The ball was in the air. That's the moment where you call kill, kill, kill. You get everyone away from the ball. Don't let no one touch the ball. You let Collinwood field it, but no. I think that was a defensive lineman. He just said, F it, I'm going to catch the ball right there.
Now, of course, the prior punt, which wound up getting called back for running over the kicker and gave Collinwood 4 extra plays, that punt did get returned for a touchdown, so I can see where they were coming from, But that ball had been on the ground after the play was whistled dead, so there wasn't much competition. Attempting to catch that in the middle of all that traffic was just a bit risky.
You know who I actually feel bad for the most out of these two teams? The Shaw wide receivers. They're out there just having a field day with blocking. They don't get no opportunity this game. The Shaw Cardinals receivers is who I feel bad the most for because they don't need to throw the ball. They don't need to throw the ball. There's no point in throwing the ball. This game was already won, as they know, and that's very unfortunate for the receivers of Shaw because you're just out there blocking the whole game. You can put that on your highlight reel some good blocking right there though.
I will say that I definitely feel worst for Giovanni Swader. He has just been getting hit after hit after hit after a hit today and gotten nothing out of it. Both teams seemingly taking their time at the next possession, so we'll see how that works out. Shaw coming to the field now. It will be, I believe, their, let me do some mental math real quick, seventh offensive possession of the game. Clock is still running. We've got 5.5 minutes left here in quarter two.
Collinwood look like they got some confusion going on with the player substitution on the sideline.
Snap taken for Bolden. It's a jet sweep. Got a little room, got a lot of room. There's a hold on the sideline. It's not called. And he is going to be taken down around the 6-yard line.
Nothing new, same thing for the Railroaders.
Number
Terrible
9
pursuit
got
angles.
setback on the carry.
The Railroaders are just misplaced out there. So, you can blame this a little on the coaching too, honestly, because they're just misplaced. Shaw has just ran to the outside. Nothing up the middle, actually, just straight towards the edges of the field. And Collinwood just don't have no players on the edges. They're taking terrible pursuits. By the time the running back gets to the edge of the field, he only has to beat 2 to 3 players, and he got a sheet full of blockers running with him. So Collinwood's got to do better getting to their spots.
It will be 5 yards away from the goal line, they rule. Bolden. Looks like he'll hand it off. This one straight up the middle, and it is a touchdown for Shaw. Make it 42 to nothing.
And that right there, their first play, running up the middle. They
Touchdown,
don't have
Shaw.
nowhere to run to the edges right there when you're 2 yards from the end zone. So, Shaw ran up the middle for the first time in this game,
By
and of
Casey.
course it was
Your
successful.
name not on the list.
And to say this was disastrous, I think, would be a grave understatement.
But what a way for Shaw to bounce back after two devastating close losses to start the season out. They start the season out with two very, very close losses, but they're bouncing back great in this game, putting a pound into Collinwood.
If anything, it'll make a good confidence booster. Same exotic formation from Shaw here. We'll see if they switch it up. Oh, that looks like they're short a man. He's running out onto the field now. Oh, dear. And Shaw pulling trickery once again. It looks like they may attempt the kick.
I'll attempt to kick too, get my kicker some practice.
They've still got a receiver out left, so they could try something funny. Nope, they'll kick it. And that one is good. Straight through the uprights to make it 43 to 0.
The best kick of the game so far, and that's what I'm saying. Give your kicker some confidence. Let him kick it. You guys will probably keep scoring. Not with this clock run like this, but give your kicker every single in-game rep because the practice reps aren't like the in-game reps. In-game reps, there's nothing like in-game reps, and they're going to be limited. And this is the best opportunity for the kicker to get in-game reps because evident with what you've seen so far this game. And the lights are out finally. Friday night lights.
And it is just continuing to get worse for Collinwood. 43-0. We've still got 2:20 left here in this second quarter. In any other situation, in any other game, it would be a bit too early to call it, but I think this one's over.
Yeah, that's not a pretty bad observation due to the fact that Collinwood offensive line just cannot generate nothing, and it's not even that. I mean, for me, I'm a defensive guy. Collinwood is not showing no effort to want to even tackle these guys. So with that being said, if you don't want to be out there and tackle no one, I don't know if there's any point even playing football. I would like to see Collinwood show that they want to be out there and play football. Show that they want to play football. We're gonna see what they bring for us of this
Shaw
game.
kicks off. It's a long one. Fielded around the 20. He will get taken down at about the 38. Now, statistically
Number
speaking,
7,
the
linebacker,
kickoffs have been
Ernst.
Collinwood's best offensive weapon. They're their only positive offensive plays on the
First
day.
and 10, Collinwood from the 38.
Of
That's
course,
the
that's
only weakness Collinwood can crack out of Shaw's whole football game plan is their kick return, their special teams. If I'm Collinwood, I'm running a reverse, some type of trickery on a kickoff just so I can get on the board. Because it's not too far fetched to say that they maybe can return one of those.
Of course, despite that, they've yet to cross the 50 even with a kickoff. But at least they have something going for them. Swader and Collinwood out once again. He's got 3 on his right and 1 on his left. Shaw stacking the box as usual. Swader takes the snap. He's looking to throw. Passes to his running back. He's got some room. He will get taken down around the 36-yard line, I want to say.
Not
It'll
really
be a
bad
loss, but not
play.
much.
Not really bad play there for the Railroaders. They had the Shaw defense a little fooled. They had everyone coming toward the left side of the field, even though the play was towards the right. Got it to him. If there was some better blocking, he could have got upfield some type of way. But from the looks of it, that will be the end of this first half. Shaw domination 43-0 in this first half.
And to say this
Back to you in the first
disastrous,
half with the score, your
again,
Shaw Cardinals
another
43,
understatement.
Collinwood 0.
And we arrive live here in the third quarter with Shaw prepared to kick off. It's going to be a low one. It's fielded around the 40, and it won't go much further. Brought down by pretty much the first guy that got there. It looks like we will be running 10 minutes for this third quarter instead of 5, so bit of a fun shakeup.
Yes, it will be. Collinwood right there. One of their big boys got the return right there. A good moment for him, I bet. Getting able to field a kickoff under the lights and Friday night lights. Collinwood with a very underwhelming first half, not being able to move the ball past the 50 this first half. Let's see what Coach Greg Willer and assistant coach Ramel Thorpe has to say about that. Let's see what Collinwood can produce in this second half.
And you got to imagine they have a little pressure on their shoulders following that disastrous first half.
It looked like Collinwood's trying to slow things down, as you've seen. The clock is still running. Collinwood's looking to take their time. I do not disagree with that at any shape or form or aspect of this.
Looks like it will still be Swader at quarterback. We have 2 receivers either side.
Number 4, I'm sorry I don't got his name correct, but he still has been limping since this first quarter. It's hard to watch.
Yes. Swader moved a man over to his right. We'll see what he does with that. Snap taken. It's a handoff. His man breaks off 1 tackle. He shakes off 2, but he won't get much further. Taken down at about the 37.
And it doesn't help when your face mask get pulled too. The refs missed the face mask call right there. It doesn't really gonna do much to the outcome of the game, but still hard to run when your offensive line is barely blocking for you and you still.
Oh, it appears they did make the call.
They did make the call. Correction. The referees did see that and didn't make the correct call. Face mask.
And that'll make an automatic first down for Collinwood. Oh my, that might.
Collinwood is past the 50 for the first time in this
They
ball
have
game.
they have passed the 50-yard line. Congratulations to Collinwood.
Railroaders are moving the football. Let's go, Collinwood.
All jokes aside, still pretty good. Swader, he's got 2 either side. Clock is still running. Probably for the better. Swader. Snap taken. He throws to his left. It's caught. His man tries to run. He won't get very far, and he'll be brought down at about the 46. It's another loss.
It looks like Collinwood is trying to just snap the ball and toss it to the player that is being defended, that's not being pressed. Because they got 4 receivers spread out. Only 2 of the receivers are being pressed up upon. The other receivers are getting played off by 10 yards. But so Collinwood's thinking, hey, let me just throw the ball to a quick pass. Well, sorry to tell you, Collinwood, the Shaw defensive backs are smashing down on that immediately, and they're fast. They're coming out fast and they're hitting, and I don't think that's the play to keep going towards.
2 either side for Swader on 2nd and 15. Snap taken. Looking, throws. It's a high one. It's intercepted by Shaw. He's running it up past the 40. He's got it past the 30, past the 20, the 10. Touchdown, Shaw on a pick 6. Disaster again.
The Collinwood quarterback did not know where he was throwing the football. He just snapped it, caught it, ran for his life, and just threw up a literal prayer. Threw the ball up and said, "Dear God, please can one of my receivers get to that?" And oh no, it was not. It was a Shaw defensive back who took it all the way for a touchdown. Already bad night for Collinwood gets even worse after another pick has been thrown, but this one is taken to the house.
And mark it down as 49-0 in favor of Shaw now.
Question for you. If you're Collinwood's coach, what do you say to your team right here?
In all honesty, I've got nothing to say. I don't think there's anything I can say nor do to help this situation.
This is starting to remind me of the TCU versus UNC game I watched a couple of nights ago, where Kirk Herbstreit thought it was a good idea to bring his dog on the broadcast. You never know, we might bring a dog to talk for us in a second on the broadcast.
It only depends on how this game goes.
I thought it was very interesting.
Looks
Kirk
like
Herbstreit bring his own dog on live broadcast.
looks like Shaw will line up for a traditional offensive play here. Snap taken. It's a handoff. He's running to the right. He has got it. So you can put
Shaw
that up
still
to
going for two
51.
is very surprising. Shaw still going for two. When your kicker is already made, when your kicker has gotten some confidence, if I'm Shaw coaching staff, I'll still let my kicker get all the in-game reps he can get because you're not going to have another game like this probably on your schedule.
I mean, 51-0. That's about as damning as it gets. And so Shaw will have to kick it off once again. I mean, what can even be said, really?
I'm sorry?
What can even be said, really?
Very little words can be said, but the only thing I can say is show intensity on the defensive end, Just show some type of intensity on the defensive side. And if I'm the coaching staff for Collinwood, I am not putting the ball in the air no more this game. This should have been shut that option down. But hey, they're still throwing. They're still trying to get some positive yardage. If I'm the coaching staff for the Collinwood Railroaders, I'm running this ball and I'm running the clock out and getting out of here.
Well, if one thing is to be remembered from this game, it's that Collinwood will try their hardest not to remember it. Looks like a bit of deliberation on the kickoff here. Oh, they just needed the tee. Well, now they've got everything they need for the kickoff. About 3.5 minutes left in this third quarter. It has gone by mercifully quickly. Kick is up. It's a pretty short one. He tries to field it around the
And that's going to be Shaw's
44.
football.
Shaw says they have it. Referees say they do too. Oh no.
Shaw ball.
Oh no.
Very unfortunate for the Collinwood Railroaders right here, simply because on this possession they could have
Attention
ran the clock
everybody.
out
It is now
and to
time for
end
you
the
guys
third
to
quarter.
call your rides.
But
Again, it is time for you to
unfortunately for
call
the
your
Railroaders,
rides.
the ball got kicked right towards the lineman's hands, and he couldn't corral the ball. And that's another fumble for the Railroaders, and another turnover for the Shaw Cardinals this game.
And so, just after getting an interception on defense, they managed to get a turnover on the return. Shaw has been electric today. To either side. It's a sweep, and the flag comes out. That'll be false start. Well, isn't that just unfortunate? Shaw will be pushed back an extra couple. Mark it as 1st and 15. Well, if there's any battle Collinwood has won today, it's the battle of penalties.
I don't know if I would call that a positive or not, though.
Well, it's better than nothing, isn't it? To either side for Bolden. He motions the man. It's a sweep. Oh dear, he's got plenty of room again, but he takes the wrong angle. He'll be brought down just around the original line of scrimmage.
That's the intensity I'm talking about right
Number
there.
11,
Collinwood
Christian
showed
Watson for the Bears.
intensity for the first time in his ball game with 2 minutes left to go in this third quarter. I actually saw a defensive lineman for the Collinwood Railroaders blast off the line and get to the backfield. He didn't make the tackle, but that's the type of effort you like to see and you would want to see from your team that is getting blown out in this game with absolutely no path of victory.
And I have to question the decision there because the outside lane seemed pretty open for him, but
It sure indeed did. He decided to cut back up, and there was nothing up inside of there.
I guess that's just how things work out sometimes. Two either side for Bolden and a running back. They're moving him around a lot before the snap. Motions a man, takes snap. It's going to be a sweep again. He's got much more room this time, up past the 30. Now the 25. Flag comes down. He's up past the 20, brought down somewhere
Flag
around
on
the
the play.
16. We'll see what the flag is.
There goes the outside, like you just brought it up right there, partner. As play a go. The outside seems open. The outside has been open the whole game, as we've been stating this whole broadcast. The Railroaders seem out of place and out of touch on defense. Don't really seem lined up in the right spots. They're missing angles, very bad pursuit angles. Showed evident right there in that play again.
Unfortunately, that play is going to get moved all the way back thanks to a holding call. So, another unfortunate penalty for Shaw there, but it will only be 2nd and 9 thanks to the spot of the foul. Two either side for Bolden. Motions a man again, takes the snap, flag down.
It's gonna be a
It's going to
false
be
start.
another false start for Shaw. This
I'm
third quarter might never end.
I'm starting to blame the referees. I'm prolonging this football game right now.
I mean, how much more can they do? The penalties continuing to fly for Shaw. Bolden to either side again. If he motions one again, it might be another false start. Bolden motions a man, takes the snap. Oh, it's high. He has to throw it. He's going to get taken down in the backfield by Collinwood for a sack.
Back on the play.
There's that intensity I'm talking about.
Second
Collinwood
and 8
finally showing that they want to play football today at the end of the third quarter. A little too late, but that's okay. Collinwood showing some type of effort and showing some type of will to want to play football right there. Kudos to that player right there, getting in the backfield and getting a sack and getting the best play of the night for the Collinwood Railroaders. And with that,
That's
that
the
will
end
end
third
the
quarter.
third
The score
quarter.
is Shaw 61,
Well,
Collinwood 0.
it came a little late, and it's not enough to flip the game,
Before I play music,
but a
make
pretty
sure
nice
y'all
play
call
there
the
from
drives.
Collinwood.
Again, it's time to call the drives.
Gotta say, I appreciate that they're still trying, setting them down on 3rd and 17 now. Well, as we enter the fourth quarter, just 10 more minutes to go in this game. It is 51-0. That is levels of disastrous that in most competitive football games should not be possible.
Most certainly, these two teams clearly not in the same level of skill gap. Very unfortunate for the Railroaders. All you can do is play intensity and play hard. Because there's one thing that doesn't take skill, and that's going out there playing hard and giving full intensity and getting a maximum effort for your teammates and for your squad. And that's all the Railroaders can do. And if they go out there and do that, that's at least going to put a smile on the coaches' faces, you know. Because going out there and getting blown out and showing no intensity, bad angles, whiffing tackles, grabbing people, not trying to tackle, not trying to play football, that's all bad and that's bad for the course of a season, you know. So if Collinwood goes out in this fourth quarter to show some type of effort on defense like that last play, that'll be good telling for probably the future with the Railroaders.
And I think we also found out why Shaw hasn't passed. That didn't exactly end well for them. Bolden takes the snap. Oh, he's looking to pass now. Throws. It is caught over the middle around the 35. There's a flag down, it looks like.
He dropped that actually.
Oh, never mind. I mistook the football for a flag. That's a bit of a rookie mistake. But even still, that will make it 4th and 18. And in all honesty, with their past successes, I think they would have been better off running it there.
Surely, there's no reason to put the ball in the air. I think they're just doing this just because, just like right now, going for it on fourth down while up 51-0. Some things you think you would never see on a football field, going for it on 4th and 15 while you're up 51 points in the fourth quarter. You thought you saw it all.
Maybe they're just testing out some plays. It's a handoff. Man up past the 50, now the 40. Looks like I was right. Now up past the 30, and he'll go down around the 25 out of bounds. And turns out they were better off just running it.
If you're Collinwood, a 4th and 20, they run the ball and they get the first down.
I mean,
That
that's just
play,
demoralizing.
if you want to ask about this game, I think you should just show them that play and give them the context. 4th and 20, fourth quarter. Don't have to tell them the score. Just show them that play and say 4th and 20, fourth quarter.
I mean, even without the situation, that is just a play you never want to see. But with all that factored in, it just gets worse.
Now that right there is just depressing.
To either side for Bolden. Snap taken. It's another handoff. He's going to try and run it to the right this time. Bounces off a man. He almost does get tripped up, and he'll go down around the 20-yard line. For a moment there, I thought he was going to turn that back.
Yeah, for a moment I thought there too because as you saw, these players are not out there trying to tackle. As you saw that play, the railroader player ran up and just hit him. He didn't get down in defensive position, wrap his arms or hit him. He just ran straight into the guy, and the guy just bounced right off him and kept running. That right there is just very poor tackling from the Railroaders once again.
2nd and 3 now, to either side for Bolden. He takes the snap. It's another handoff. His running back is going to try and bounce it back out left. He's got plenty of room, and that'll be a touchdown.
But this play looks like it will be getting called back. The referees is calling a holding on Shaw once again, prolonging this football game.
And I believe that makes it their third total touchdown on the game that's been called back. They got 2 called back for holding, and they got 1 called back for roughing the kicker.
Well, that doesn't really seem to matter because after every time a penalty happens, they seem to score immediately again. The Railroaders' best chance to get one stop this entire game came on that 4th and 20, and they ran a simple run. Nothing trickery, just ran the ball on 4th and 20 and got 22 yards.
I mean, at that point, what can you even really do?
I mean, if you look at these safeties, they're still playing far back. They're not playing too far back right now, but throughout the course of the game, they're just playing back. There's no passing threat, and they're just still standing back.
Run straight up the middle. It's going to go all the way to the 15-yard line before he's brought down.
And I'll verily, I find it hard to imagine if Collinwood brought their safeties down that Shaw would recognize that and audible into a pass play because they don't need to pass. All you have to do is run in this football game. I don't understand why the Railroaders defensive backs are playing so far from the ball, and
Well,
there's no pass threat. They have not passed the ball. They only been running. I don't see why the Railroader safeties just keep playing back.
it may be to try to counter outside runs to get a better angle. 2 receivers other side. Bolden takes the snap. It's a handoff to the right. He has got plenty of room. His blocker trips up, but it's still more than enough. That'll be another touchdown for Shaw, and it looks like this one won't be called back.
Even with the safeties playing back right there, still taking bad angles. Bad angles does not matter when it comes to that. When you take a bad angle, you take a bad angle. And they have taken bad angles the whole football game. Nothing has changed.
And the hits just keep coming for Collinwood. 57-0, pending the extra point. Looks like an offensive play. 2 receivers either side and a running back for Bolden. Snap taken. It's a handoff. He bounces it back to the left, and he will fight for it. Does he have it? Yes, he does. A 2-point conversion for the man, and we have a Collinwood player down. Oh, dear. Oh, wait, no, he's gotten himself back up. We're good. Well, I'm glad he wasn't injured, but I doubt that he's glad that they're now down 59-0. I mean, there is nothing to say. Just the fact of the matter is, this game is over. It's been over since the first quarter.
You're exactly right. I think the game was over within the first 15 seconds of the game when Shaw returned a kick for a touchdown, and that kickoff return shows evidence of what happened the full game. In the kickoff, Collinwood took terrible angles and terrible pursuit angles, and Shaw got a kick return. In this whole game, Collinwood has been taking terrible after terrible pursuit angles Every angle Collinwood has taken as trying to get a tackle has been a terrible pursuit angle, and that's why they whiff on every tackle.
Now, of course, it is worth noting that their roster is significantly thinner than Shaw's, but even that I think doesn't quite explain this.
No, that doesn't explain the arm tackles, the grabbing of the jerseys, the terrible pursuit angles. Because, like I said, the kickoff, the first play of the game, the kickoff, where Shaw returned for a touchdown, proved evident of how this game turned out to be. Colin would keep taking poor angle after poor angle, arm tackle after arm tackle, and just grabbing of the jerseys. Collinwood this week of practice, if I'm the coaching staff and if I'm Greg Willard for the Railroaders, is emphasizing tackling. You know, yes, your offense couldn't compete, and that's just unfortunate because they got bigger players than you. Okay, but defensively, that's just doesn't. It's not going to cut it, and it's never okay.
Here comes the kick from Shaw. Oh, that's a pretty long one. It's bobbled around the 15. He's picked it back up. He'll get hit at the 16 and brought down at the 17. Play is whistled dead. Collinwood will retain possession. And we've still got about 5:45 to burn. Well, they did hold on to the ball this time.
That's a plus right there. I don't like how he fielded the ball right there though, but worst things have happened in this game.
Worse things have happened in the last 5 minutes. Uh, Collinwood getting ready for their next offensive possession.
Collinwood trying to end this game with some positive notes. But I
Here
don't
we
know if
are.
you can have any positive notes when you're down 59-0.
Well, one positive note is that there's only 5 minutes left.
That's one positive thing. And another positive thing you could have got is the intensity on defense, but that was that one play. I forgot which player it was for Collinwood, but kudos to him getting back there and getting the sack, man. Out there hustling, working hard while you're down by big points. That's encouraging right there.
Two receivers either side for Swader. Takes the snap, looking to pass. It's caught. His man is trying to run back and around. He's actually got some room. He'll lose the football, but it'll roll out of bounds.
Collinwood showing some trickeration right there. I have never seen a trick play like that before. I thought he was going to get it back to the quarterback. It looked like for a second he had an angle right there, but Shaw, you see the difference between defenses. Shaw's football takes good pursuit angles. That was a great pursuit angle. Collinwood had the edge, but a great pursuit angle by the defensive back right there, able to come right there and smash him right there. If that ball was in bounds, that would have been a fumble, maybe return for a touchdown right there. Collinwood defense should take some advice from the Shaw defense with the pursuit angles right there. Because if that was vice versa, that might have been a touchdown.
It very well could have been.
And it's
Some
not it's, it's
excellent
not it's
trickery.
not because of skill. It's just off of pure bad angles and bad tackling.
Two receivers either side for Swader again. You think they're going to try something just as tricky.
I mean, why not? 3 minutes left, clock's running, down big in the fourth, 59-0. What else can go wrong?
Swader looking to pass hard. It's not going to get to his receiver. It'll bounce out of his hands around the 20.
Unfortunately, right there, Slater is already an undersized quarterback. And it's only worse when you got them big boys just all in your face as soon as you snap the ball. Just right in your grill immediately. That is not ideal if you're a shorter quarterback.
Under 3 minutes remaining now. 3rd and 11 here for Collinwood. Honestly, if I'm Collinwood, just throw it as far as you can. Worst thing that happens is an interception, and that's already happened.
There's nothing worse that could happen in this game. Another touchdown is not going to do nothing. All it's going to do is add to the score. The score is already as worse as it really can be in this football game. If I'm Collinwood, I'm throwing some trickeration up in here.
Swader takes the snap. It's a handoff, and that play will be whistled dead.
Looks like that will be a false start. If I'm the referees, I would not be calling no penalties. I would be trying to get it out of here. But for the integrity of the game of the sport of football, they do the right thing and call the false start on Collinwood.
Offense.
Well, that is
Again,
just
for the
unfortunate. Make it third and
so far
16
drive.
now.
Again, I hope you all have called your rides. This will be the
We're
easiest
now under 2 minutes.
possible.
Might have been a smart move to take that penalty, get to burn some more clock.
Yeah, that's actually not that bad. If I'm Collinwood here, I'm looking to end the game with the ball in my hands. It's third down and long right here.
Clock will likely run below 90 seconds before we get this play off. Three on Swader's right, two on his left. He's going to bring a man inside to be his running back. He's got two either side now. The box is stacked. Swader, snap taken, looking, pressure, rolling right, tries to avoid, and he gets sacked. Down inside the 10, I
Back
believe.
on the play.
Collinwood is going to be forced to
Oof.
run another play. This is just brutal for the Railroaders. Just absolute brutal. We're going to see if the refs just call it, but it's looking like the Railroaders might actually have to run another play this game.
They very well may.
And the other bad thing about it is fourth down, so that means it will change the possessions. But I think because they're running the clock, they're just going to run it fully out.
Under 30 seconds now. It looks like Collinwood is just going to let it ride.
Uh, it should or technically it already should have been play clock violation. The play clock should have already ran out. But I think they're just going to let the clock run out. Not a bad thing for referees right here because it could have added more points to this game. But nonetheless, this football game is coming to an end.
And what a game it has been. 59-0. Shaw defeats Collinwood. Somehow 15
And that's
entire
the end of
points
the
worse
game
than
with
the
the
East
final
Tech
score
game.
being Shaw
Oh, man.
59, Collinwood 0.
And Collinwood is forced to eat another blowout loss on the road.
Back-to-back blowout losses for back-to-back week for the Railroaders. Not able to get their first win, dropping to 0-2 into this 2025 high school football season. On the other hand, the Shaw Cardinals get their first victory of this season, starting off 1-2 after two devastating close losses. Shaw bounces back in a blowout victory. That's what you like to see after two close losses to start the season off.
And a well-earned one, I would say.
Very much agreed. And you got to like that. Both teams are showing love at the end of this game.
Well, this has been the 216 Sports Network coverage of Shaw versus Collinwood. I can hardly call it a competitive game, but it was a pretty fun one, I would say.
Yeah, got some joy, got some laughter, got to call another game with my boy Will. It was a great time. Just because it wasn't a good football game doesn't mean we didn't have fun. There's a lot of good things we saw here and some good plays.
Well, we would like to thank all of you for watching and or listening, and we will see all of you next time. Thank you.